Move. You gotta move.
What in the world? They telling? Hold on, y'all. They telling me. They trying to tell me.
All right, good evening, Who That Nation. Welcome to the WDN Chatline podcast. This is the host CB, and I'm here with my co-host. I'm here with WD. I'm here with Miss Carly, and I'm here with the MOD SaintsUptown. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. How y'all doing?
Doing amazing. We finally made it to the top 5. I'm so excited.
Top 5, come alive. Let's get it. Let's get it.
I'm ready to roll, man. Let's go.
Just glad to have y'all on tonight. And Who That Nation, I hope you guys are having a great work week. Weekend. I'm working this weekend, so it feels like a work week, but hopefully y'all having a great day. And as you know, we have been doing the top 20 countdown, and tonight will be our final 5 selection. It'll be our top 5. Picks 5 through 1. So once again, we're excited to bring y'all our top 5, based off of the 2021 season and the people that was available. So any new listeners, welcome. And we have the other podcasts where we go from 20 all the way up to this point. If you want to see, our thoughts and opinions on our rankings. But that's what's going to go on tonight. We're going to conclude our top 20 series with picks 5 through 1. But before we get started, let's go ahead and give a shout out to the comments. I see Mask Up Podcast. Shout out to Mask Up Podcast that finally a Saints live, and he got live in the comments. Shout out to Mask Up Podcast. You guys be sure to go check us podcast out. Thoughtful Saints Intel. Shout out to JT, said God bless WDN Chatline. Shout out to you, JT. And we can read one more before we get started. Shout out to Jeremiah Whitley, said what up, CB, WD, Uptown, and Pretty Carly.
What's up?
What's happening?
Good.
Shout out to RG, that dude. Bad man said, who that? Yeah, okay. Shout out to you. And Brandon Mcgowan said, yeah. It's on like hot chicken gumbo. So get it. Who that?
Who that?
So we'll continue to post comments up while the show is going on. But shout out to everybody that's tuned in. So let's go ahead and get started with our top 5. We're going to start at pit number 5. So at pick number 5 comes in Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the Menace.
The
Menace.
Wee.
At number 5, y'all, see the Deuce. Played 12 games, started 11 with 3 interceptions, 2 sacks, and 4 quarterback hits. If y'all want to know exactly who this guy is, let me just tell you, he walks the walk and he talks the talk. His game is just as big as his mouth. You don't have to believe us. Go watch the film while we're talking about it. WD, our very own, just dropped a highlight video on him. Go check that out. And then if you don't believe that, if you don't believe the hype after you watch that video, ask Tom Brady. He'll tell you. CD is the truth, and he definitely deserves to be on the top 5 of this list.
Man, let me tell you something, right? Y'all know how I feel about this dude right here. You understand? I love every bit of his game. I love the minutes. I'm glad that he's a New Orleans Saint. I know that he's trying to get him a new contract. And I know that that we're gonna give him the contract that he deserves, man, when the time is right. We just can't break him off right now. You understand? But there's nothing that I can say remotely negative about what he does. I love the fact that he's able to be prepared. I love all that. I love every aspect of his game. You understand? The way he's at right now, he deserves to be right here. And don't be surprised if he moves up next year. What you got, Doug?
Oh man, y'all need to pay that man now. Saints, pay that man now. I'm serious. I feel like if we lose CBJ, we are going to regret it. This man is a baller. Y'all know I love this dude, man. I love his play style. He is the energizer of the secondary. Notice that 5-game streak that we, losing streak, pretty much, we talk about James and losing him, but I think losing Chauncey for most of those games, it really, really hurted the secondary. I mean, you look at the Titans game and Sean Lattimore, he's basically out of position, playing that slot position. So he didn't really have a good game. But I'm just saying, man, if Chauncey is playing that game, then we'll probably win that game. So look, this dude, his impact on the secondary is, I mean, I would say it's just as high as Lattimore, man. He's a beast, elite player, and I'm gonna say it, man. He's the best nickel in the game. He's arguably the best nickel in the game. But I really think if he played safety, he would probably be the best safety in the league. And that's not just talking about strong safety. I would say free safety as well. Because every time, I feel like every bit of the time that he played at safety, his rookie season, he looked good then. So, I feel like if he played any of the 3 positions, he'll probably be the best at the position.
Right. And, he had 3 interceptions. WD, all of those interceptions that he could have had about 7 or 8.
Exactly.
So, I mean, like you said, man, we got another top corner. I know he's in the nickel. I believe he can be exceptional on the outside if asked, to do that. Which we're gonna keep him in the inside, but we saw his presence felt when he was on the field, when he was off the field. Those games that he was hurt, you could definitely see that the defense was missing something out there. Mm-hmm. That was missing that aggressiveness that CD brings to the field. And man, what weakness can you really say? I was looking on PFF. Like I said, PFF, they kind of up and down. They gave CD a grade of 62.2. See, stuff like that, you really can't ride with that. Then I was reading a little bit, and they were saying he could become the best nickel in the game if his tackling improved. So, I mean, once I read that right there, that just basically, we all know his tackling is exceptional. So, PFF, they up and down, but like I said, man, he really don't have a weakness. The only bad game that I can really say, I'm not even going to say it was a bad game, was when Godwin was kind of working him a little bit, game 1. But he was still rebounding. But other than that, that's the only negative that I can really point out.
And he had an interception that game.
Yeah. And I honestly think that the only negative that he will have moving forward will be running his mouth, because it seems like the referees are now starting to throw flags at people for running their mouth just because other players can't handle the trash talking, So they're using it as taunting, and so that may be his downfall. But listen, if we ain't losing the game, talk your shit, CD.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you brought that up, CD. Man, he could have had 7 or 8 picks. I think that's one thing that doesn't get talked about this season for him. I felt like he was really reading the quarterback really, really well, and it was getting better on throughout the season. So look, I know we haven't had a DB that had 6-7 picks in a long time. So I'm telling you right now, I feel like in the future he's gonna be the first DB in a long time for us to get that many picks in a season.
And something right there we're not emphasizing too how much of the promotion understand. He's just as much of an emotional leader as Mallory King. You know what I'm saying? So, the guy's huge, man. I can't say enough about him. There's nothing that I can say, to be part of this game. And when you're in that kind of a position where I can't really, find any, chinks in your armor,
yeah,
then you solid. But you got CB.
Facts. Okay, so we can read a comment or two, and then we can move on to the next selection.
Brandon Mcgowan said, best damn slot corner in the league, straight up menace. Absolutely. You better believe it.
Straight facts.
You better believe it.
Yes. Menace.
Jeremiah Whitley said, I like C the Deuce though. He's balling out so much on the field week in and week out. For real. He's stronger, strategizes defense players for sure. I don't care about what people say about this guy. He always the best team in the NFL. I think I understand what you're trying to say, and I agree. On and off the field, week in and week out, CD is always CD. He's always electric. He always brings that energy, and he sets the tone for the defense just based off of his attitude alone. So I agree, and he's on the perfect team to do that, who embraces their players to be themselves as long as you're being productive and you're helping the team win, and he does that.
And that's being said, I think that I feel like he's that type of player, much like Steve Smith was, where if he's on your team, you're gonna love him, but if you are an opponent, you're gonna hate this dude. So it is.
And y'all know, right? Just another caveat, right? I think we got another cat on the team like that too. Now,
Honey Badger?
No, I think Smoke.
Oh, yeah. What is it? Smoke Monday or Smoke Tuesday?
Smoke Monday.
He's smoking one of them days of the week.
I think Smoke got a little bit of that in him too. I really do.
I don't want to start that conversation, but I'm excited about Smoke too. I always talk about him. I just can't remember what day of the week he is.
I just wanted to add that in there, just a little bit of that, sprinkle that in there a little bit. What you got to see?
So shout out to CD for coming in at number 5. Now we can move on to number 4. Number 4 comes in Cam Jordan.
Killer
Cam, the veteran with 12.5 sacks. The thing that I love about Cam is he's going to be Cam, and he's going to talk the talk, and he's a big guy. He started out slow but still had a good season. He has been consistently dominant against the run, and he's been double most of the season, which is why we say he started out slow. But honestly, when you go back and watch the film, he has been doubled throughout the first part of the season. And Cam is a dog, especially against the Falcons. I think you can ask Matt Ryan just how hard Cam Jordan hits. He's a one-man wrecking crew when he plays against the Falcons, and he can do it all. He can set the edge in the run against the tight ends and the tackles, and he dominates them in the run game. So he's really our defense Swiss Army knife, so you will, in my opinion. Again, like I said, I know I was talking about how slow he started off, but when I went back and watched some of the film, it was because he was getting doubled a lot. And when you're just that good, and when you're just that dominant, you're going to get doubled. So, congrats to Killer Cam, number 4.
Killer Cam. What more can I say? I went to bat for him and stuff. Last week. Man is just a monster. He's been one of the most consistent defensive ends that the Saints have ever had.
Absolutely.
So, he deserves this spot where he at. He's in the perfect spot where he's at. And his spot is more perfect than anybody. That we have chronicled, thus far. Tremendous player, man, tremendous leader, both, all that off the field. We never had to have no problems and stuff with Cam Jordan. He's a tremendous motivator. He motivates all the players and stuff around him. What more can I say, man? He has been the perfect Saint thus far.
Absolutely.
Oh man, first, I gotta, I gotta say, man, I kind of feel bad about saying it, but at the jump, man, I'm thinking like, man, Cam, he's falling off, man. This must be his last year or so, because I mean, it just looked like, it just seemed like things are going downhill for him, man. I'm thinking maybe, the back surgery or whatever got to him, and I'm just thinking like, man, this might be it. But then later on in the season, man, he just turned up and he shows up, and the old Cam shows up. And more importantly, he shows up against our divisional rivals. I like him being a monster just versus those teams. I know he's gonna miss Matt Ryan, man.
Oh yeah.
Many times he sacked that dude. But I mean, not just Matt Ryan, man. I mean the Bucks, the Panthers. He always shows up in those games. So I'm just glad that he's not. I'm just glad that he. I don't know what revived him, but I don't know if it was him cutting off his hair or what. I don't know what happened, but
he definitely got a new do every season.
Yeah, I'm just glad, man, that we got some more few years coming with Cam, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even know what more I could say, but he's a beast. Y'all know that. Y'all know the man speaks for himself, man. Such a leader, a big part of the Saints defense. So that's all I got.
I think he still might beast, man. Although it may not be Matt Ryan, you understand? He can go out and get after Super Mario.
Man, I see a comment about RG. That dude said Cam got a new boo in the Tom Brady. Yeah, we needed to be Tom Brady, fam. We definitely do. But yeah, I mean, as far as his attendance, the only game he missed, that was due to COVID. So really, he done basically been present, his whole entire Saints career. Like that's outstanding. As a defensive end, you in the trenches, you getting grimy every single play, and you was able to, maintain your health. That speaks volumes. And I know he got out to a slow start, but you look around the other areas, he did have 6 pass deflections. You remember back in, I think it was 2017, that was his career high. I think he had 13 or 14 pass deflections. Where he's swatting the ball. He always been like
he's good at that, DB. He real good at that.
Yes. So he, has been making some form of impact, which is kind of slow with the sacks, but once, he started getting them sacks going, it never stops. So, sometimes, somebody, it just take 1 or 2, and then, you get to going in a certain area. But yeah, he definitely, his run stopping was definitely exceptional this year. His pass blocking was exceptional. And his sacks definitely turned up, the latter half of the season. Going into this year, I kind of thought this was going to be, it for him, but he definitely showed us this year that he still got some juice left. So
yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Cam Jordan. Shout out to him. We're looking forward. And with the unquestionable health of Davenport along with Turner, it's good that his season turned out the way it did, because we know he's going to be present on the field, so that's a plus. He definitely gonna be present for us. So man, shout out to him, man. Expecting great things coming into this new year. So we can read a comment or two, and then we can move on to the next person. Let's see. We can read Jeremiah.
Jeremiah Whitley said, I love Cam Jordan. He's a real unstoppable defensive end. I ain't even lie though. He was sacked on every players in the NFL history. I hope he gonna get to the top of the sack leader mountain. And also he gonna do it again on the field in 22 season for sure. He's definitely a monster. He's a beast and he's been playing long enough to where eventually he will be able to sack every person.
Fast.
Cam was drafted in a deep 2011 draft that includes J.J. Watt, Von Miller, and Patrick Peterson. Cam may low-key be the best pick in that class. The work speaks for itself.
Yeah,
The work speaks. The work speaks for itself. One thing that Cam has that J.J. Watt doesn't have, Von Miller doesn't have, and Patrick Peterson doesn't have, and that's good health.
Oh,
That's the one thing that
I'll say this. He's the most. I feel like he's the most complete player out the bunch.
absolutely.
You look at JJ. JJ was explosive. He was explosive, but he started getting hurt. So
Right.
man, that could be a debate. You know who had a better overall career, in my opinion. I mean, 'cause once he started getting hurt, he wasn't the same JJ because he wasn't present. So I mean, but yeah, he definitely man gets his respect. Health is key. But we can go ahead and move on to number three. Number three on our list comes in Lattimore.
My dog, man. Y'all already know how I feel about this man. He is one of my favorites, if not my favorite Saints player on the roster right now. Last season, he had 3 interceptions, but don't let that deter you from the product that he has been doing on the field. He had the most pass breakups since he entered the league. He's one of the best tackling corners in the league. I mean, come on, this man shut down Adams with one hand. Cooper, Metcalf, Hill, and he Mike Wallace. What's Mike Evans? Over on Tampa Bay. Everybody know, y'all seen the little memes where they have him and have Mike Evans sitting on his shoulder saying that he Mike Evans' daddy. And not to mention, you don't have to believe what we're seeing. There are players in the NFL that praises this man for being phenomenal. Justin Jefferson said that he is the best corner that he's faced. Jalen Ramsey said that Marshawn was the number 2 best corner in the league, of course coming after him because who wouldn't put themselves first, But not only that, if you go and look at respective reporters who are talking about their top 10 cornerbacks in the NFL, he is always on that list, regardless of where they put him on those lists, because it's all about opinion based. He is on the list because that man is just that good. He came to a defense and he turned it all the way around because we finally got a corner that can catch interceptions, that can tackle, and that knows how to play man to man really, really well. So congrats to Marshawn. You deserve to be in the top 3. I'm happy to see you here. You my dog, and can't wait to see what else you're gonna do for us this upcoming season.
Man, let me tell you something, man. This is so refreshing. It's just so refreshing. It's a real refreshing breath of air. The last time, now y'all know I'm an old cat. Last time that we had a cornerback that was, that had this kind of props. It was a guy by the name of Mallory that played for us back in the 80s. You understand? And this dude is just, man, phenomenal. It's one thing to be able to cover. It's another thing to be able to be physical as well. Ever since the day that we drafted him, we just walked right in, man, and solidified his position.
Mm-hmm.
To show the kind of props that he get, even the little PFF, because I don't really give him a whole lot of props. They put it just behind Jalen Ramsey. The man is phenomenal. In my opinion, I think he is, and it's just me, and people may say that I'm a homer, but I think he's better than Jalen Ramsey.
Me too.
All you have to do is just look at how Jalen Ramsey performed in the playoffs. The Rams won despite his poor play. You understand? And I seen. It's not like I'm going to sit here and say I didn't see that happen on Marshawn before, but Marshawn was always able to recover from that.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Once when it seemed like when Ramsey got into that, when he fell, into that rut, he kind of like stayed in it.
Yeah, because he got frustrated and he let his frustration take him through the whole game instead of recuperating and clearing his head and play the next play.
You see, that's what goes to show you, why I feel the way that I feel. You got to be a cornerback when you're playing on that island. You get beat. You got to have a really, really fast memory.
Yep.
You understand? You can't remember plays. You got to move on.
Yep.
You can't get emotional. You can't get all this stuff. And I've seen Marshawn do that before too, but he's able to calm himself down and play the position the right way, and don't let that what people telling him, affect, what his performance on the field.
Right, because we've seen him get into it with a DK Metcalf and punch him in the face. They get flags, but Marshawn forgot about that. He moved on and went to play the next play.
Mm-hmm. And DK ended up having like only 2 catches the whole damn game.
Right.
See, that's
exactly. Shut him down.
You know what I'm saying?
Marshawn Lattimore, one of the best in press coverage.
No doubt about it. What you got, Doug?
Oh man, Lattimore. Honestly, I think the season that Lattimore had, this is probably his second best season behind his rookie year. Look, and really it kind of went under the radar. I mean, I feel like it's been talked about now, but for the most part, I feel like it really did go under the radar. Like, just because he don't have so many picks. I mean, he had 3 interceptions, but man, what's his name? Terry Mallory, man. I knew that was his old teammate. Man, he
washed him.
Oh my God, man.
He washed
Terry wanted to fight him.
Terry.
Man, look, if I'm telling you right now, if you want to figure out how good Lattimore is, you watch that game versus Washington. I mean, he was just taking him to school, and there was nothing he could do about it. But
learn on the fly.
And he did the same thing to DK asked too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that one touchdown, we all know that was a push off. So I mean, but besides that, no catches for maybe one other catch, but really wasn't nothing. Basically, like you see Uptown, completely shut him out the rest of the game. Uptown. Yeah, man. I mean, his tackling. Look, that's another thing I feel like doesn't get talked about with Lattimore. Ramsey, he's physical, but Lattimore, man, his tackling is so good, and it's not like he give the biggest hits, but his arm tackling is just off the charts, man. Like, he do it so well, wrapping up. Hey, look, what I just said, don't let that fool you. He can come up, be shot out of the canyon, hit you.
He'll rock your bell for you too.
Yeah, he will. But yeah, man. I mean, a phenomenal player for the Saints. All the bad cornerbacks we had, we are very blessed to finally draft. Drafting an elite cornerback, man. So I'm glad he got paid, man. I was getting kind of nervous.
He worth every penny of that $100 million.
Yeah, I was getting nervous. So many players that the Saints got to play, so many good players. And Lattimore, that is just one of the guys you have to keep, man.
You have to.
Yeah, I mean, especially with our bad pass. But I'm glad we passed that, man, and that's all I got to say.
And it almost seemed like when Lattimore came in, right, it's like we started getting better people in the secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It just oddly seemed that way. Because keep in mind, right, there was a guy from the secondary that came in number 5 too, y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm sorry. I do want to add. Got to give Jeff Ireland credit right there too, because I feel like it started. I feel like it started in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Or 17.
I'm gonna say 16. That's when we had Von Bell, and I just felt like it got better and better every year.
Okay.
Yeah.
But to add on what Uptown was saying about Marshawn and Jalen, I mean, if you really think about it, look at the matchups that Sean had to deal with and deal with. You know, look at the division he was in. Julio just left. But he was having to deal with Mike Evans twice a year, Julio twice a year, or Calvin Ridley. That's 4 games, and then
Godwin,
Carolina. Carolina. I ain't gonna say DJ was like that, but I mean, Marshawn's his slate of receivers, I believe, was more challenging than Jalen's has been.
Absolutely. And every time they bring that comparison up between the two, I always have to let people understand that's the biggest factor that they completely forget, that they have to cover 2 different sets of receivers. Like Marshawn is covering the top of the top, the elite of the elite. It's the reason why every time there's a list, there's always 2 teams from the NFC South that makes every list, that when they make the best of, you know? Like, it is hard, and he does it so easily, and he's been dominant since he got into the league. I mean, he come in 2017, he got Defensive Rookie of the Year, you know what I'm saying? And he's just been on the upward since, which is why we gave him the $100 million, which he is very much worth.
Right.
Phenomenal athlete.
Right, and also, you know, we was kind of getting on him, you know, in the past about, you know, him showing up against average receivers. Mm-hmm. I believe he done an exceptional job this past season, you know, against the average cat. Whenever he did have average cat, it was very slim this year, but you know, it was times where he had, you know, some average receivers. He was definitely taking them out the game. But I saw a stat on PFF. He plays the most press coverage in the league. I mean, you think about DA's system, it's press. Shoot, they're probably about 85-90% of the game. They in press coverage, the DBs. So, I mean, he getting grimy, and I mean, what can you say? I mean, his pass breakups was there. I mean, he just a physical corner.
I think the only person that ever gave him trouble, in my opinion, was Adam Thielen. And we've only played the Vikings like every other year or so, you know.
And he did have a little trouble too with Diggs.
And this one, Diggs was with the Vikings, right?
Yeah, when he was with the Vikings.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The one we ain't gonna talk about is Tony LeBron in 2018.
We ain't gotta talk about that. Leave it on a good note.
yeah, for real. I definitely want to mention this before we move on. How many teams can play a player or pay players with an S and he's ball out the season after that? Because we've had it multiple times. We had it with so many players.
I think the last 4 seasons we didn't have it.
Yeah.
Mind you. We were supposed to be in cap hell. We weren't supposed to be able to pay any of these players. And we kept all of them except for one who went to Baltimore. Please.
Mm-hmm. And one of them is stuff we just let go. So it is what it is. But you got CB.
Okay, we can read one comment and we can move on. Let's see. Let's read RG.
Nothing good happens to most receivers when they land on Lattimore Island. Of course not. Of course not. It's his house. It's his island.
Read Gunham too, man. I want to read that one. Yeah, I want you to read that one.
Shout out to Marshawn. Now, for our second pick, comes in Mario Davis.
Monster.
Mario Davis come in at pick number 2.
Number 2, Mario Davis. He had 3 sacks. He is what we would say, the leader of our team, it's not often that you get a player leading the huddle because that's who they trust to lead the huddle. Usually it's a quarterback that does it. But this guy has been doing it, and it's been going viral on social media. It has been getting nonstop spins because he is just that good on and off the field. He can defend run. He can defend the run. He can stop passes, and he can get sacks. He hits hard. You can ask anybody. Mm-hmm. When he hits you, he hits hard like a monster truck. And then when he goes on the blitz, you know what? Just get out the way. Just get out the man way because he is just that good. He can cancel the run game. And, go check out the Seattle game. You'll see exactly what I mean. And if you're not convinced about his plays in the Seattle game, go watch the Jets game, which is his former team. That'll convince you too. This man is just that good. Mario Davis for making number 2. You deserve it.
Man, Mario, man, look. It's just a blessing, man, that this dude landed in our lap. Hey, what I'm gonna start paying attention to every linebacker that the New York Jets have. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's obvious, right, that what they consider to be dumb, we consider to be treasure. What is the odds that we would get 2 potentially Hall of Fame linebackers that they overlook?
Right.
Keep overlooking them, by the way.
You understand? Keep overlooking them. That's why I say, man, I'm paying attention to every linebacker. You understand that the New York Jets have, because they come to us and they become bombs.
It's the system. It's the coaching. It's the guys in New York are just too cocky to say their records are horrendous. You know what I'm saying? And I think when DeMario came to the Saints, he came to a team that was willing to learn, a team that was willing to listen, and a team that he knew that his talent would be put to use. And they respected that, and they let DeMario be DeMario, and DeMario is so good that he made everybody look at Juan Alexander to see how well Juan was doing because they worked so well together because Juan decided that he wanted to be a student of the game and learn from a veteran like DeMario. That's just how big his influence is.
Man, the dude is a monster, man. He's a leader. Mm-hmm. He's a tremendously good leader. I mean, a tremendous. He's a tremendously good motivator, for the rest of his teammates. We just blessed to have a cat like that. You understand? And he produces on the field. It ain't just some stuff, that he's good in the locker room. He's a locker room presence, and then he go on the field. And then, you don't see the production. He produces on the field. And I tell you one thing too, man. It is fun watching him play.
Yes. Oh my God, so fun.
It is so fun, man. You understand? As a matter of fact, I dare say he's the most fun player, besides, a certain other player on the team that we ain't gonna mention right now to watch play on the New Orleans Saints. No doubt about it. Extraordinary, exciting. I get excited every time I see him play.
Right.
What you got, Doug?
Oh man, y'all pretty much see everything that I wanted to say. Psych. Y'all know I love DeMario. DeMario is a beast. Y'all know I cannot stop talking about this man, dreaming of a linebacker to come to this team for years. Whether we draft one, whether we sign one, the best free agent behind, I would say the best free agent signing behind Drew Brees. This man is a beast, the heartbeat of the defense. Like y'all said, hit hard. We gotta talk about his blitzing, man. Quarterbacks are scared of this man. Every time the backs ain't picking up their blocks, man, this man is coming to kill. I love it. Who was it? I think it was Heineken. Yeah, Heineken from Washington. Yeah, man. Heineken. Heineken looked like he wanted to cry, man. Man, DeMario is just this look. he's not, you can tell, man, he's a nice guy, he's a motivator, but when he's on the field, man, that man is ready to put you on the ground. And I just love to see it. One thing about DeMar, I feel like the reason why he's criminally underrated is probably because he doesn't have as great of ball skills as other top linebackers. But I feel like he makes it up with everything else, whether it's blitzing, run stopping. Every time he gets to a ball carrier, he puts them on the ground, man. Fournette, I know Fournette. I know he knows Mallory really, really well. Knocked his ass on the ground a number of times. Ezekiel Elliott, all those running backs.
He hates him. Zeke hates him.
I feel like most running backs, every time they see Mario, man, they like, oh my God, why?
Let me run the other side.
And look, that's the Mario versus your linebacker. Not to say that the Mario is so much better than this linebacker or other linebackers, but you look at guys like Fred Warner, you look at Darius Leonard, you look at a bunch of other linebackers. How many linebackers on your team, not talking about Saints fans, but on your team that you can say teams are just really, really like afraid to like run at him? I feel like the Mario is the guy that teams are just scared to run at, man. I feel like running backs, they just like, man, why? We talk about the D line and the penetration they create. It's the reason why we have a number one run defense here and our top 5 run defense.
Talk about it.
The Mario, I feel like the Mario is Mario is really the dude that just rocked their world, and he's just very, very intimidating, and I love it.
Where's his partner in crime at? Let me stop.
That's a topic for another day. No. I mean, you're not supposed to stop. They need to sign that man. And if anybody don't know what you're talking about, it's Juan Alexander. We'll talk about it some other time. But Saints, I don't know what the hell y'all doing. Y'all need to sign that man, for real.
Get his partner in crime back on the team now. But yeah, anyway, man. Mario, man, second team All-Pro. He had 13 tackles for loss, 105 tackles. Mario, who that nation, y'all know he hasn't been getting the respect that he deserved from peers. I'm not gonna say from player peers, but I believe they respect him. But like for far as the media, he definitely hadn't got his fair share of respect.
Yeah.
Definitely should be a multiple pro. I know what we consider Pro Bowl, but still, it'd be a lot of top players in the Pro Bowl as well. He should have been getting that honor, some All-Pro honors, first team All-Pro honors. The Fred Warner, Darius Leonard, he up there with those guys. He right there with them. I don't see no big difference between the Fred Warner and the Mario. The Mario, he can stop the run. He's good in the pass.
Yeah, he can definitely cover, and that's one thing I wanted to bring up because I talk about one thing that might be lacking compared to others is ball skills, but this man is actually sometimes running with receivers, and I'm like, what? and it's not like, and guess what? I don't think every time I seen him on the receiver, I don't think I seen a receiver caught a single pass on it. So that says it all.
Yeah. To add along with that, he had 3 sacks, so he was a good blitzer. But hey, we'll get on this a little bit later. I'm gonna hold that opinion, but let's just say we need to bring his partner in crime to the team immediately. I believe that bond without Quan, DeMario was still a dog. Like he didn't need Quan, but man, just that combo, man, we love to see that, and we need to see it again. And yeah, I'm gonna reserve, what the linebacker room looking like, but the Mario 33. So we gotta really start paying attention to. I believe that's a position that, they would need to start kind of looking at.
Dang, we be aging these guys in dog years.
Yeah, but we don't know how long, the Mario can keep playing at a high level. He can probably keep going at least another 3 prime years, hopefully. But Yeah, man, just looking forward to more production from him this upcoming year.
And I think
Kind of, I
he
can't even.
might
no
be
week.
more productive because I think that this is a more solid group of pieces around him now.
Yeah.
You understand? And I must say that it's a solid group of pieces around him. Unfortunately, with or without Quan.
Yeah,
We definitely.
Quan will be laying out.
And look, not to go into another topic, but Uptown, you were saying, I know you specifically talking about linebackers, but I feel like Marcus May can also be that next jet where they had so many, they didn't have much around that guy, so we'll just see.
Mm-hmm.
But you got see Beasy.
So let's read. Let's see. Let's read 2 comments, and then we can go ahead and announce our number 1 pick.
Brandon Mcgowan says Super Memorial Davis. Damn. What can or can't say about him? Just spit it, fam. Facts. Jeremiah Whitley said, I love Demario Davis. He's a real leader of defensive player God, though. He was balling out in the last 2 or 3 seasons for sure, and I hope Demario gonna get crank up on the field in 2022 season for real. Oh, he definitely will. With all the extra pieces that we've added on defense alone, if he makes a big play or if anybody makes a big play, they are definitely for sure cranking up on the field. You gotta know they gonna do that regardless. Because that's just the type of guys that they are, and that's just the type of team that we have. But you better believe if DeMario get a sack, he gonna hit you with that Dragon Ball Z Kamehameha blast.
Yeah, his little
celebration that he do.
Yeah.
Okay, so drum roll. The number 1 pick from the WDN Chatline podcast comes in Alvin Kamar.
Woo!
Running back.
AK-41.
New Orleans Saints.
Nobody's surprised.
Nobody should be surprised by this, man. Understand?
898 rush, 9 touchdowns, and if that makes it any better, the man got his own cereal, socks, and clothes. He didn't make a lot of noise this season, but he's been consistent and he has been our go-to guy. You know, he's fast, he's slippery, he's energetic, he's slugged up. He's fun to watch. He is definitely offensively one of the leaders of the team. You know, everyone respects him. Everybody already knows his game and what he can do. So it really doesn't matter what we say. His work speaks for itself. Go watch the film. He's really like that. He is great. He is up there with the Christian McCaffreys, which I don't really understand why he's ever in the picture because he's always hurt and never really playing. But the Ezekiel Elliott, him neither because he is on the decline. You know, Saquon Barkley, him too, because he stays injured. But, you know, I can name all the top running backs on every team. And I can tell you what they don't have that Alvin Kamar has, which makes him that top guy. It makes him that dog. He deserves to be number 1. He's been consistent and he's been showing out since he got into the league in 2017 with Marshawn Lattimore. It was the reason why one was Offensive Player of the Year, one was Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year. Number 1 and number 3. It is not a hoax. It is not a joke. They're just that good.
Man, I can't say enough about the guy, man. The guy is one of the most exciting players in the NFL, period.
Right.
Not just for the Saints. You know, when he get the ball, everybody's looking to see what he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's looking to see what he's going to do. He's a phenomenal player. He has been productive for us since day one. I can't say enough about the guy, man. I mean, he can run it, he can catch it.
He's also our backup quarterback.
He digested the game very, very well. He's smart, he's intelligent. He's strong. He's physical. He's fast. You know, he's electric.
Oh yeah.
You understand?
Oh, yeah.
There's not much that you can, there's so much that you can say about this guy, man. I can heap a world of praise and stuff on him.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, I know that there's people, there's Derrick Henry, there's the Derrick Henrys of the world. And, a few other cats out there, man, they play football, but I don't think they bring to the table what, AK-41 brings to the table.
No.
You understand? The guy just, and he opens up so much for the offense when he's, when he gets going. He's our most important offensive weapon.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt about it. What you got, Doug?
Oh man, look, with all the offensive woes we had this past season, we started from the O-line. We know we had problems there. We had problems with the receivers, of course. Just so much problems, man. So many injuries, whatnot. Kamara, he is still the most valuable player, I think, on the team in general. This is why he's number one. Yeah, man. I feel like Alvin Kamara. Sometimes I just feel like, man, I get there's other guys like, sometimes we run with Taysom Hill. I feel like his stats are sometimes just I don't know. I feel like some players are just taken away from him at times. I feel like there's times where we can run more with him. I feel like there's times we should go to him. More times we should go to him than they do. I just want to put it out there. This guy, first of all, Uptown, you brought up Derrick Henry and all these other backs. Everybody's going to talk about, well, Alvin Kamara, he's never had 1,000-yard rushing. But if you look at his all-purpose yards, whether with receiving, boat running, you combine them, he's up there. And I know before this season, it might still be the case, but he had the most touchdowns. Mm-hmm. He had the most touchdowns over all of them. And he's been in the league as much as I feel like as long as maybe Cook. Yeah, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry. So, yeah, all this talk about these running backs. I've seen all these running back lists have Kamara not even in the top 5. And I'm just thinking, like, why? It just doesn't make sense to me because this guy, he's electric. We talk about him being agile, elusive, hard to get him on the ground. He might not be the biggest back, but at the end of the day, man, this dude, he's electric. And I'm just so glad that we drafted him in the 3rd round. I knew everybody was like, hey, why are we taking a running back in the 3rd round when we already got Mark Ingram? We just signed AP. And sure enough, this dude...
He showed you exactly why.
This dude is the face of the Saints right now. And it is what it is.
Not just the face of the Saints, the face of his own cereal.
Yeah, some Kamara plates.
So, listen, on the back, he tells you he got his own clothing line that y'all can buy his merchandise from. He's the face of everything, okay? Like, he got his own backpack with spray guard. He got 3 of them, actually. So he's the face right now of NASCAR. He's dipping and dabbing in a lot of stuff. Like, this guy is phenomenal. That he is becoming international with a lot of stuff that he do because of how good he is. Like, he really is that guy. And he don't get enough respect. I'm talking about from, like what WD was saying, from these reporters and journalists that's making these top lists, and he's nowhere on them.
To piggyback on what WD was saying about the offensive woes, if you think about it, man, they had to ride this man until they brought Ingram in, because Jones, he had got hurt. He was out with that ankle. So man, they had the Ron Kamar, and then after that Seattle, I think that Seattle game, he had so many touches in the game, but yeah, I mean he was the only thing we was relying on. He gave us. He was our only hope on offense. I mean, we had to counter some of that with Taysom, but AK, we had to ride that guy offensively. He gave us any type of offensive hope because we know what it was looking like at the receiver position. And, as far as the 1,000-yard season, he played in 13 games, so he missed 4 games. He had 898 yards. So I believe in those 4 games, he would have had piled up 102 yards in 4 games. So I mean, it's really that's a 1,000-yard rushing season right there. But man, y'all pretty much done said every. I mean, what else needs to be said about AK? The man's elusive. He's agile. As far as the respect from the peers, the only person that I see that can be put with AK is Alvin Cook. I'm just talking about just far as from a running back perspective. Derrick Henry gets some respect, but he's one-dimensional. As far as a complete running back, times have changed in the running back game. Derrick Henry, he liked that, as a ground and pound guy, but times have changed. Running backs is being used differently now. You got to be able to run the ball along with catch the ball. Dalvin Cook and AK is the only two that's really, exceptionally well at both of those. So I don't understand why guys like Jonathan Taylor, he just had 1 year last year and they already got him in the top 5. Like you got to be consistently great, to me to be considered one of the top guys in the league. He had a good season last year, but yeah, AK, he's been doing this consistently in the run game and the pass game. He had 4 TDs on the ground, I believe, and then he had 5 receiving TDs. So he's doing it in the ground game, he's doing it in the air. So to me, honestly, and that ain't being biased, it's just being flat out honest. If McCaffrey was healthy, I had McCaffrey in that sentence, but since McCaffrey ain't been healthy, he's not in that sentence. AK is the best receiver in this NFL. I mean, that's just a fact. I ain't, trying to feed no BS or nothing like that. It's facts. Facts. So shout out to AK, man.
Yeah, shout out to AK, man. AK is dope.
Peace.
Facts. So we can read a few comments on AK, and then we can wrap this thing up. Definitely looking. Well, one thing on AK, man, I don't know what's the deal with his case, but I mean, I'm hearing if they keep pushing it back, he may be able to play all of 2022. So hopefully that's the case.
Yeah, look, I'm glad you brought that up, CB, because I want to see this, man. Kamara, he be doing. Look, I know we don't know people and stuff like this. They're stars in our eyes, and we don't be around people. I just want to put this out there, man. All this smiling Kamara doing stuff, man. I want to know who was the jackass that decided to mess with Kamara, man. Because I mean,
yeah, this case is totally different from other cases out there. Something
must be wrong with
you. Yeah.
But there's always somebody, man, that's gonna be out there, man. You got money. They know you got money. They know you got fame and status. You understand? It's sometimes it's inevitable that somebody's gonna, come to you and try you. It's unfortunate, man. It's very unfortunate. But sometimes, when you're a professional athlete, you also are a target.
Mm.
So, some of these cats got to realize that, and they got to embrace that too, and adjust their lives accordingly.
Absolutely.
So, I just hope I hear different things, about he may be suspended this amount of time. And then lately, I'm hearing some about he may not be suspended. I don't know. So I'll believe whatever that is, when the time comes. But
Right.
I'm still excited to see him play this season.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna hold that against him. I'm not gonna assassinate his character.
Right.
Because that incident that happened with that. I'm hoping that he learned from that. You know what I'm saying? That he learned something from that, and that he don't put himself in that kind of a position again. So
Right.
we got C Beezy.
Let's read a few comments on AK. RG said AK is just a human weapon of mass destruction when he's on the field, and it's going to be scarier when NFL YoungBoy is out on that field.
Speaking of AK, before we end the show really quick, I just want to say that we are going to do a giveaway, y'all, and we're going to give away, in honor of him being number 1 on the list, we're going to give away a box of his Kamara King Crunch cereal. So if y'all don't have it and y'all need a box, we're giving away one tonight. I put some names in the bag for everybody who communicated with us, left comments in the comment sections, gave your thoughts on the picks. I put y'all names in the bag. I'm going to go ahead and pick one. I'm not even going to look at it. And the winner is Gundam. Do y'all remember that name on there in the comment section?
Absolutely.
Gundam.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Gundam.
Shout out to Gundam.
So
Shout out to you,
Gundam, you are the winner of the Alvin Kamar King Crunch cereal. If you want them, hit up. I don't know if you commented on Facebook. If you comment on Facebook, then the DM the page on Facebook. If you have Twitter, DM us on Twitter so that I can get your information so that I can ship these out to you Monday morning. But you are the winner of the Kamara Crunch cereal. Congratulations.
All right. Congrats,
and thank
man.
you for everybody who participated and commented and interacted with us tonight. We really appreciate it. And we will have more giveaways real soon once the season starts.
Yeah. Shout out to the chat, man. Y'all make this thing go. Shout out to the viewers.
Chat.
Shout out to everybody that come out and support us, man, every week. Remember
Absolutely.
to like, comment, and subscribe.
And turn on those post notifications where the bell is at so y'all do not miss a show from us. We love to hear from y'all and we love interacting with y'all. We love hearing y'all thoughts and y'all opinions. Y'all keep us going knowing that we have people that we can talk to and have fun and laugh with and cheer on our New Orleans Saints with. So thank y'all so much for the support. We love y'all so much.
Yes, I seen a little comment, but I shout out to B, but
Young City Nightwall. Who that, fam? Who that Young City Nightwall? Where you from? Where you from in the Nightwall? I might know you or your people.
Yeah, B, we ain't about to debate, nothing like that. AK the best in this thing. Multi-dimensional player. Number 1 on our list. Number 1.
Have it a good night, y'all. Who that, baby?
Yeah, so yeah, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in to our top 20 countdown. It was definitely something exciting we wanted to do while it was a little break between mini camp and training camp. So hope you guys enjoyed. Now we can go ahead and shift our focus to the current team. We have training camp on the way, with the rookies reporting, I believe, on the 19th, next Tuesday or Wednesday. So things is about to really get in motion, Who That Nation. So it's time to get excited. And before training camp starts next week sometime, I doubt it'll be. I talk to the team and we get a date set. But sometime next week, we are going to have one more show before training camp starts. It's going to be a positional breakdown. We're going to break down 2 most concerning positions heading into training camp. Before we start talking training camp, we want to talk and discuss 2 concerning positions heading into training camp. So It's time to get excited. Who That Nation? We fired up this way, and want to get fired up some more, man. Check out some more content from the podcast. Highlight video of CGJ, CD. Got a highlight video of PJ Williams. Got some entertainment with this top 20 countdown, and we're gonna have a breakdown next week of 2 most concerning positions, and then we're gonna hit the ground running with this training camp and on to the NFL season. So, any final thoughts from the team before we wrap this thing up?
Y'all be safe and have a good night, and thank y'all for tuning in and rocking with us.
Y'all be blessed, man. You understand? Like I say, like, comment, subscribe, share, all the above.
So this is the WDN Chatline podcast. We're out.
Who that?
Who that, baby?
For life.